When the Jackal helps give birth to a horrifying new generation of clones based on the Illuminati, it will be up to Bucky and his ragtag team of anti-heroes to not only stop them, but uncover a greater evil at the heart of it. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of the New Avengers issue number 2 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, we're actually treated to a little flashback. We see that while the Jackal was responsible for the creation of the brand new Illuminati, they weren't actually his original idea. It would seem that Miles Warren was only work for hire, doing the bidding of a well-connected and mysterious individual who not only broke him out of jail, but also supplied him with the genetic material to make the new clones. And how is his latest work in the cloning industry? Well, as Bucky puts it, meh, the Jackal, you get what you pay for, right? He's kind of a one-hit wonder, right? He made some notable Spider-Man clones like 20 years ago, and he's just kind of been coasting on that one achievement ever since. Winter Soldier says this while digging his way out of the rubble, left behind by the Black Bolt clone's attack from the end of the previous issue. It seems that despite being made in the King of the Inhumans image, this guy isn't nearly as strong, and thank God for that. Or this probably would have ended up being a very short series indeed. Elsewhere, Iron Apex, the Iron Man clone, is duking it out with Laura Kinney the Wolverine. There's no love lost between these two clones, that's for sure, but what is even more surprising is that there's actually no love lost between the individual members of the Illuminati. Iron Apex gets in the way of the Black Panther clone, and surprisingly, he almost ends up getting gutted like a fish for his trouble. It seems that despite being born at the same time, the Illuminati are not a team, they're not friends, they're not even siblings. It seems they all have their own wants and needs and agendas, but right now the biggest thing on their list is escaping the New Avengers. Now Bucky ends up clocking right away that probably the most dangerous of this group of new villains is the Mr. Fantastic clone, also known as, get this, Mr. Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail. And I mean, can you really fault Bucky's logic on this one? We all remember what happened last time we got an evil Reed Richards in the form of the Maker. And we can hear later this guy has all sorts of plans for mad science and killer diseases. The only thing that's currently stopping him is strangling the life out of Bucky. The villains all take a moment to regroup, and the book takes the opportunity to remind us who the actual Illuminati were, a ruling body of heroes from across the Marvel Universe who secretly tried to pull the strings from the shadows, only to have their own machinations usually end up blowing up in their face. In fact, geez, in that regard, are the Illuminati really that much more evil than the actual Illuminati? The Illuminati certainly fear the men that they were cloned from, so much to the point they figure that they better kill the New Avengers just to make sure word doesn't get back to the rest of the hero community. The good guys quickly end up getting overrun by the Illuminati, probably the worst of which is actually Namor, who indeed actually holds a pretty interesting place in this story and this team when we stop and remember. Not only is he currently an Avenger, not only was he an invader, but he was also a member of the original Illuminati and the only person here fighting his own twisted clone. With their backs against the wall, an unlikely savior comes to their aid in the form of Clea, Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark World. She was here looking for her husband, Dr. Strange, who, if you've been paying attention, is currently off having his own little side adventure over in Asgard. Once she realizes she's been had and that the magical signature her special alarms picked up actually belonged to Strange, Guru, an evil clone, she understandably snaps. And by God, I haven't really read a lot of modern Clea stories. I had no idea she was so damn powerful these days. In fact, she basically ends up almost single-handedly running off the Illuminati on her own. By far the best part has to be her screaming in the face of the Black Bolt clone. Once the bad guys begin to realize the tide is turning against them, the bulk of the Illuminati decide to take their leave, but in a shocking and honestly kind of hilarious twist, they leave Iron Apex behind. No doubt hoping they can escape while the good guys are busy beating the ever-loving crap out of him, which is exactly what happens. Namor ends up taking the lead and decides to try and get some heat back from his loss earlier by dragging Iron Apex into the ocean and drowning him. Geez, he was like, what, maybe like an hour old at most? Opinions on the team as to how that situation was handled are a little mixed, to say the least. Bucky is mad at a loss of any life, even if it was a sinister clone. And in a nice bit of continued characterization, Laura actually sticks up for Bucky when Namor steps to him. Again, she has a lot of complicated feelings when it comes to being a clone and the chance for redemption. Eventually, the good guys come to the realization that this fight is far from over. A bunch of the Illuminati still got away, and it looks like they're the only team capable of hunting them down, and why yes, they probably could tell the regular Avengers or the other powers that be, but Namor says that he'll only stick around if they don't. Again, he's been an Illuminati member, he knows that sometimes that group doesn't always have their heads on straight when it comes to situations like this, and if they knew there was a group of clones running around wearing their faces, there's no telling how much worse they could actually make the situation. Still though, if they're going to even the playing field, Bucky thinks they're going to need to bring in a ringer to help them with this fight, and thankfully Clea knows just the guy one magical portal trip later, and our heroes find themselves in the secret hiding place of Bruce Banner the Hulk. Or is it a prison? I don't actually know. I regret to say I kind of fell off reading Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk, and the official Marvel wiki ends at the end of the Donny Cates run. Either way, none of that is important, because as the comic comes to a close, it looks like the New Avengers have themselves a Hulk. And so that was the New Avengers issue number 2, everybody, and overall I thought this issue was something of a mixed bag. I positively loved issue 1 and its setup, and issue 2 was really a lot more action and spectacle than it was storytelling. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the action and spectacle as it was given to me, I just wish it could have found a nicer balance. We are, of course, still very much in the early days of this series. We're doing the whole getting to know you thing, slowly but surely building the team, and I do appreciate that they didn't just jam it all into one issue, and it looks like the New Avengers actually becoming the New Avengers is going to be the major thrust of this first volume. I can also appreciate, too, the book trying to find a reason and justification for this brand new Winter Soldier-led team to be a clandestine, stealth version of the Avengers and not get the other heroes involved. And yeah, the reason they give is just a little eyebrow raising. Oh, we don't want to get the other heroes involved because we don't trust what the Illuminati would do because they don't exactly have a great track record. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't know why that's not stopping them from telling heroes who aren't connected to the Illuminati, but hey, there it is. I suppose on that note, too, it actually is kind of interesting that they pick Hulk to be the final member of their team when we remember that Bruce Banner suffered probably more than just about any other individual hero at the hands of the Illuminati when they shot him into space at the beginning of World War Hulk, which we can chop that up to just yet another reason why I actually really like the team composition here, as they all have unique and personal horses in this particular metaphorical race. Overall, I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10, and I'll definitely be interested to see what issue 3 brings. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.